We're starting our coverage here at the New Orleans Investment Conference, and my guest now is Peter Hug, Global Chain Director for Kitco Metals. Pete, good to see you on the road. Good to be here in New Orleans with you.
Yeah, it's fun. New Orleans is a great city.
So last time we spoke, we were talking about gold searching for this new catalyst. Today, it's still under the 200-day moving average here as we're speaking, coming under some pressure. How do you see it?
I was a little optimistic this morning when gold opened at 1273 above the 200-day moving average. There was some pressure on the equity markets right at the outset, and that pressure reversed itself, had the Dow going into positive territory, and some of the capital reversed back from the metals back into the equity markets, and I think took a bit of strength out of the market. Now we're back under the 200-day moving average at 1265 level.
Do you almost feel that gold just needs the election and this supposed Fed rate hike in December just behind it?
Well, there's a number of potential catalysts that are coming up, and I think the fact that gold is holding well at 1250, there's been some serious liquidations from the ETF side over the past month. So there's been a lot of supply coming onto the market. The physical demand in North America has also waned to some extent at these new levels. But the fact that it's holding up 1250 indicates to me that it's happy to be at this level, seems fairly priced, and is waiting for the next catalyst, which could be obviously the election, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. But then in December, you have the Italian referendum, constitutional referendum, which could open the door for Italy leaving the EU.
Right.
Still have Brexit coming up early next year. So there's a number of catalysts on the immediate horizon that will break gold out of this range.
And going back to the election, I know in the past we looked at, what would Clinton do to gold? What would a Trump victory do for gold? But there could be a third possibility here. If Trump does contest the election results, should he lose, what would that do to the metal?
Well, again, this election is something that has been so extraordinary from my perspective. I have never seen an election of this volatility. I don't know what other word I can use. I'm trying to be politically correct. But if Trump were to lose the election, and it appears that he will lose the election, at least on recent polls, but assume Trump loses the election and there was some civil unrest after the election because Trump supporters believe that the election was rigged. Again, it could create some issues with the U.S. economy, could create some issues with the U.S. stock market. I mean, it's an unknown, and the fact that it's an unknown, and if it were to become violent, and hope to God it isn't, but if it did go that direction, it would be price positive for the metals. It certainly wouldn't be a negative for the metals.
Right. Well, we never know. It could be another Brexit taking place. It could be a surprise result. You never know what happens.
It could be.
Pete, you're a speaker here at the conference. I know you're might bring up liquidity concerns, which could be a controversial topic, but what can we expect to hear from you this afternoon?
Well, I don't think I'm going to have many fans left in the dealer community after my my speech this afternoon. I'm going to try to be transparent and try to help the investors that are at this conference understand how the physical market works from an acquisition pricing point of view. And I'm going to be disclosing what dealers pay for product and what the markups are and how dealers basically massage the market with different product lines and give the investors a clearer understanding of depending on what their motivation is, what products best might suit their needs. And it might be somewhat controversial with the dealer community.
And speaking of new products, CME launched this week some new products, innovative to the precious metals community. What do you make of them?
I think they're great. Again, I'm a firm believer that when you want to trade metals, and sometimes you want to trade metals with the least amount of risk, and obviously there are products available to eliminate some risk, which are the options markets. But sometimes spread trading has proven very productive. We've been suggesting a number of trades over the past 2 years on platinum gold spread trades and silver gold spread trades. Now the problem for the retail investor on those types of trades is they've got to go into the futures markets, and let's assuming I want to be long silver, short gold, you'd have to buy a silver contract, short the equivalent gold contract, so you'd have margins on both sides, you'd have maintenance margins on both sides. CME on Monday launched a product where you're just buying or selling the spread. Which I think will create much more liquidity in the market, and also I think will create some volatility especially in the platinum gold spread. It's already come in $30 since the product was launched. On Monday, platinum was at a $330 discount to gold. Today it's a $300 discount to gold. So I think it opens the door for smaller investors
Yeah.
to get in and be able to trade like the big boys.
Well, I'm surprised it hasn't come out before.
You know, it takes some time to get products like this on the market. You've got to get the dealer community in behind it. You have to educate the public on how to trade a ratio. So it's a process.
Right.
And, you know, I think this is a good product. It's available in platinum gold. It's available in platinum palladium and gold silver. So I think it will create some volume on the market. And you may have times, as we've seen this week in platinum, where gold has done nothing and platinum's gone up $30. And
Yep.
silver's also sort of on a ratio basis gone up slightly against gold relative Monday's value.
Well, I'm sure CME will appreciate that endorsement coming from you, Pete. Pete is not paid by CME Group, by the way. Thanks so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
And thanks for watching our coverage. We'll have much more for you. We just started off our coverage, kicked off our coverage here from the New Orleans Investment Conference. So be sure to stay tuned to kitco.com. Thanks for watching, Pete. Thanks so much.